everyone, it's Rachel. As you can probably tell, I have a new guitar. Now you may be wondering why I have such an unusual looking guitar. There's no headstock, it's a lot more compact than usual. Well, I'm going to be traveling next month for almost all of November in Japan. I wanted to get a guitar that I could bring with me that would fit in an overhead bin on an airplane and wouldn't take up too much space, just so that I could get in a little practice when I have time here and there, and so I wouldn't lose all my calluses that I've worked so hard for on this hand. I wanted to make this video both to let you know about my upcoming travel plans and also to give a general overview of this guitar and my initial impressions of it. Hopefully this might be of help to some of you who might be looking for a travel-sized guitar as well. So to start out, we should probably start with its name. This guitar is a Steinberger Spirit GT Pro Deluxe. I believe there's also another version of this guitar that has a different pickup configuration. This guitar comes in around $400 and is really focused on travel. From what I've heard, the design of this guitar goes back a number of years, but it's gone through at least a couple of iterations. I believe the original one was actually made out of carbon fiber, but this guitar is made out of maple, so it has a maple body, maple neck, and a rosewood fretboard. The guitar also features a HSH pickup configuration, so you have a humbucker in the neck position, a single coil in the middle, and a humbucker in the bridge position as well. The pickups aren't the best pickups I've ever heard, but they sound pretty good and I don't plan on replacing them. I'm pretty happy with them overall. Along with this, you have a 5-way selector switch, so you can choose between the bridge pickup and the middle pickup, the middle pickup, the middle and the neck, and the neck pickup alone. I'll now play through some demos in each of the different positions so you can get a sense of what they sound like. You can tell that when designing this guitar, they really focused on making it easy to travel with, but also without sacrificing certain things that you might have to on many other different travel guitars. For instance, this neck is actually a full scale length neck, so it's 25.5 inch, just like most of your other guitars. They've also included a built-in leg rest as part of the guitar, so that if you're on the go and you don't have a strap maybe, or you want to play sitting down and don't want to worry about balance issues with the lack of the headstock and the heavy bottom, well, you can just flip out this little flap here on the side of the guitar, like that, and then you can rest it on your leg, and it plays really well, it's very comfortable, and it's really cool that they thought about including that. The guitar's bridge is also really interesting. It allows you to switch between a fixed bridge and a floating tremolo system with a flick of a switch. So there's a little switch on the bottom of the guitar that you can just unlock or lock to make your guitar fixed or floating bridge, and you can use the tremolo system there. I haven't actually used the whammy bar on this guitar yet, but I've read it works well, and it's cool that they allow you to switch so easily between fixed and floating bridge. One thing to note is because the guitar has no head, obviously the tuning pegs have to be somewhere else, and they are located at the bottom of the guitar, down here. You can just turn them to tune the guitar. I did run into a little bit of an issue with mine. They are pretty tight and hard to turn. I'm not sure if this is the case on all of these guitars or just on mine, but I was having a really hard time turning them. I actually bruised my hand on one of them. I just couldn't get it to move. But then I realized that you can actually use a screwdriver, like this one here, and just turn it with the screwdriver. It works well. This is not super ideal, but once you get the guitar in tune, I've noticed that it pretty much just stays in tune, so you don't need to worry about tuning it too often. Another thing to note about this guitar and the headless situation, as well as the bridge, is that it actually uses a double ball end string. So if you're looking for strings for this guitar, you need to get double ball end strings. These strings are a little bit harder to find and a little bit more expensive, but you can easily get them on Amazon. I have a pack right here. I haven't actually changed the strings on this guitar yet, but from what I've heard, it's really simple. Just put in the double ball end strings. You basically just put them in, they're good to go. So that's an advantage there. If you prefer to use regular strings though, you can buy an extension that goes on the top of the guitar that will allow you to use regular strings. So if you'd prefer that, that might be worth looking into. The guitar also, of course, has a volume and tone control. In terms of how the guitar was initially set up when I got it, the action was quite high, but I was able to easily adjust it using an Allen key at the bridge here, so it only took me a couple of minutes to lower the action. although I may have lowered it a little bit too low because I made it quite hard to bend the strings above the 12th fret, so I might adjust it a little bit more, but it's pretty easy to adjust to your liking. The guitar also conveniently comes with a travel case, which has some padding. It's not super heavy duty, but I think it should work to bring with you while you're traveling. So overall, I'm really happy with this guitar so far. I think it will serve its purpose for me perfectly, where I can bring it on an airplane, fit it in an overhead bin, carry it with me when I'm traveling, and be able to keep playing guitar when I'm away from my normal guitars. So if you are also looking for a guitar that works for travel but also doesn't compromise too much in terms of being an actual guitar, then I definitely recommend checking out the Steinberger Spirit. I'll have a link in the description if you'd like to check it out yourself. So along with the travel guitar, I also picked up a travel method of amplification. I got this headphone amplifier. It's called a Vox Amplug. This is the metal variety, and you basically just plug it in to the jack on your guitar, and then you plug your headphones into this, and you hear your guitar as if you're playing through a normal amplifier. This little amp sounds surprisingly powerful for its size. It has volume, tone, and gain controls, as well as the ability to add certain effects. I believe this one has chorus, delay, and reverb, and it also has 3 different amp modes. This little amp is battery powered. I think it takes AAA batteries, and it lasts around 15 hours if you're not using effects, and a little bit less if you are using effects. Vox has made a large number of different ones of these. This one is the metal one, but they also make other ones in different types of amps and with different effects. So if you're interested in checking these headphone portable amplifiers out, I'll have a link to the metal one in the description of this video, but you can go there and check out any of the other ones that they have. I think there's at least 10 different ones, different sounds, different effects, and I think they're really cool for the cost. They're around $30, and they sound really good to me. Unfortunately, I don't have a good way to record audio from this right now, so I can't do a full review and show you the sound of it, but if you believe me, it sounds good, and there are other demos of people playing them on YouTube if you want to check that out. So I think that's about it. I hope that some of you found this video useful, whether you're looking for a travel guitar or maybe you just like looking at cool gear. This is really my first gear-specific video on my channel, and I might do more of them in the future. So if you'd like to see more gear videos, or you have something in particular you'd like to see a video on, please let me know. As I mentioned earlier, my reason for getting this travel-sized guitar is that I'm going to be in Japan for almost all of next month. I'm planning on recording some video while in Japan, probably mostly not guitar related, but just in general of what I'm doing. If you might be interested in seeing some of those videos on this channel, please let me know. Otherwise, if you'd like to follow what I'm doing, you can also follow me on Instagram, which I'll have linked in the description below. I'm planning to post photos and videos from my travels on my Instagram. As I mentioned before, I will also have links in the description to this guitar and also the portable amplifier if you're interested in checking those out yourself. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.